Welcome to our video today, where we're going to tackle a common issue that many developers face when working with Avalonia. Specifically, the error can't bind to column definition. Width. If you've spent hours trying to figure out why your YOML code isn't behaving as expected, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll break down what's causing this error and provide a step-by-step explanation of how to resolve. Avalonia is an open-source, cross-platform XAML-based UI framework that allows developers to create desktop applications for Windows, macOS, and Linux. One of its key features is the ability to create responsive layouts using grids and column definitions. However, sometimes things don't quite work as expected, and that's where this error comes in. Over the next few minutes, we'll dive into what causes this error, how to identify it, and most importantly, how to fix it. By the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of what's going on behind the scenes and be able to troubleshoot similar issues with ease. So, let's start by looking at what's causing this error. When Avalonia tries to bind to a ColumnDefinition.Width property, it expects it to be a static value or a binding expression that resolves to a specific width. However, sometimes the width property might not have been set explicitly, or it might be bound to another property that hasn't been initialized yet. To understand this better, let's consider an example. Suppose we have a grid with two columns, and we want the first column to take up 50% of the available space, while the second column takes up the remaining 50%. We might define our column definitions like this. XAML column definition width 0.5 column definition width 5.5 length of portal our new array album patterns. In this case, we're using star sizing to allocate space proportionally between the two columns. However, what happens if one of these values is bound to another property that hasn't been initialized yet? That's where the error comes in. Avalonia can't bind to a column definition's width property because it doesn't know what value to expect. To resolve this issue, we need to ensure that our bindings are properly set up and that any properties we're binding to have been initialized before trying to access them. One way to do this is by using the loaded event on your control or window. This event is fired once the control has finished loading and all its properties have been initialized. By moving our binding logic inside this event handler, we can ensure that everything is properly set up before trying to bind to the width property. So, what are the from today's video? First, when working with Avalonia, it's essential to understand how bindings work and how they're resolved. Second, if you encounter an error saying can't bind to column definition width, check your binding expressions and ensure that any properties you're binding to have been initialized before trying to access them. That's it for today's video. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. We hope this explanation has helped clarify things for you, and you're now able to troubleshoot similar issues with ease. If you have any questions or need further clarification on anything we covered, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it's been helpful, and consider subscribing to our channel for more content on Avalonia and other net-related topics. We'll catch you all in the next one.